We are here today to discuss infrastructure permitting challenges, ongoing efforts to streamline federal approvals, and opportunities to improve the responsiveness, the transparency, and the predictability of our system of permit review. I think we all recognize the need to make investments that will both upgrade and modernize our infrastructure. We've had hearings in this committee, many hearings, to look specifically at the needs in the energy and the resource sectors. But as we continue to discuss energy infrastructure, I think it's important that we take steps to rationalize how projects are reviewed and approved. The existing regulatory regime impacts the cost-effectiveness of our federal infrastructure spending. Beyond that, the length and uncertainty associated with the permitting process limits the willingness of the private sector to finance, build, and operate energy infrastructure. This drives dollars overseas rather than into jobs and growth and prosperity for our nation. So whether we're talking about a pipeline, a mine, a power plant, a public-private partnership for a water system, or a company building a factory, we know that the deployment of capital is too often delayed, sometimes by years, and sometimes deliberately. When investment is impeded, how can we expect capital to be deployed here, where an environmental impact statement alone averages almost 5 years, and final approval can take a decade or more? You look to other countries, for example, Canada and Germany. They're moving similar projects in just a couple years. So I look forward to hearing from federal witnesses who are working to make our system work better and hearing about the permitting reforms of FAST 41, which we enacted roughly 2 years ago, and how those are being implemented. I'm also pleased to have 3 non-federal witnesses who have experience, they might say perhaps too long of an experience, navigating the federal permitting gauntlet for electric transmission, for hydropower and mining projects. New and upgraded transmission lines are crucial to a reliable and secure electric grid and to bring new sources of energy to our markets. And despite that, the number of federal, state, and local agencies involved in a single project makes permitting notoriously cumbersome. We've also talked at length in this committee about the challenges of licensing and relicensing hydro facilities. When I tell people about the time that is involved in a relicense, it's almost breathtaking. The need to fix the FERC process before the number of projects up for relicensing increases dramatically over the next decade. Finally, when it comes to permitting delays for new mines, our nation is among the worst in the world, and it's leading us to be dependent on foreign nations for the fundamental building blocks of a wide range of energy, defense, healthcare, and other modern technologies. The Energy and Natural Resources Act that Senator Cantwell and I reintroduced this year has provisions that take important steps to streamline project reviews in all 3 of these industries. This is an important bill that will help us make needed progress, but we also recognize that the challenges we will hear about today represent a subset of the infrastructure sectors that are also struggling to permit projects. So whether it's energy production, pipelines, pump storage, water supply, LNG, or something else, our system needs to be improved across the board. We absolutely have the ability to establish a permitting process that works, one that protects the environment and promotes state and local input while not miring projects in red tape and driving away private investment. And to achieve that goal, we have to set aside the misguided idea that accelerating or coordinating approvals somehow weakens those protections, or that simply spending more money will fix all the problems. It doesn't, we know that, and it won't work. Both common sense and experience tell us that we can maintain our high standards while speeding reviews and approvals. So I view this hearing as the next step in our effort to improve our nation's infrastructure. I look forward to the insights and ideas from our witnesses to do just that. Thank you all for being here with us this morning. Senator Cantwell, I welcome your comments this morning.
Thank you.